Welcome back to the TNT show, folks. Today we're continuing our NFL offseason breakdown series, and the division is the AFC South. So we got the Texans, we got the Jags, we got the Colts, and remind me of who the last team is.
The Titans.
The Titans, because I'm a casual. So we're going to go ahead and get into it.
Yeah, so we can just start right off. Let's start off with Houston. They made some pretty decent moves. I think CJ Stroud, I'm pretty sure he was the most sacked quarterback last year. So I know they brought in Laramie Tunsil. I think they brought him in. They brought in somebody. I could be mistaken on that part, but I know they worked on the offensive line. They brought in Nick Chubb. So him and Joe Mixon, if they're both healthy, dog, that run game may be the best I've ever seen. They may be unstoppable on the ground.
Yeah, but heavy emphasis on the Nick Chubb staying healthy though, because here lately that's been a big issue for him.
I think if he gets hurt again, I think it's over for him. I hate that for him, but he's had serious knee injuries since college. So
yeah, that's true.
Nico's got to stay healthy. Their whole team just has got to stay healthy. Tank Dell's pretty much he's pretty much done. They seem to have already replaced him with I don't remember who they signed somebody.
No, I know they picked up both of those wide receivers from Iowa State. I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure both of them have already kind of came in. So Tank Dell's pretty much on the outskirts. Honestly, it was just their offense. Their offense kind of sucked. Everybody was hurt. CJ Stroud was, not playing the best, but it's hard to do that when you're not throwing the ball to anybody.
Yeah, obviously when you lose your weapons and your offense is going to struggle. That's clear.
Yeah. So it's year 3 for him. So they made the playoffs, didn't they? Or no?
Yeah, they won. They won the division again. They won the division again.
That's sad that they lost all their weapons and still won the division, but their division sucks.
No, it definitely does.
So, but yeah, I like I said, Houston's probably going to win it again. I don't see any team really, making that big of a jump. So
yeah,
I think they should be able to win it comfortably.
They're the betting favorite to win it again. Obviously, you still have your quarterback in place. You added pieces around him. You look to kind of take a step forward. At least playoff wise, because both times they've not really they made it to the divisional, and then they lost in the wild card. I think.
Yeah, they got blown out by Baltimore.
Yeah, so 1-1 so far for CJ Stroud, not bad. So we'll see what that next step is.
For sure, yeah, I'm interested to see where he takes that next step. Jumping to the Colts. Their biggest thing is, they got a quarterback situation that, I would assume it's going to be Daniel Jones because Anthony Richardson, boy, I don't know. We've said it. We've said it. The question mark is, my thing with him is he hasn't played a lot. He only played 1 year in college, and he really hasn't played a whole season in the NFL because he's been benched and he got hurt.
Yep.
So, but I guess at the end of the day, if you can play, you can play. I guess I don't know what his problem is. If it's, you quit on your team in the middle of a drive because you were tired. Dog, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah, no, I definitely don't.
So, If he gets beat out by Daniel Jones, that should be. Daniel Jones isn't terrible. He's not the best, but he's not terrible. I mean, the Giants did give him all that money. So, I don't know. I think their biggest thing is, can they stay healthy? I think if Daniel Jones can kind of replicate that one season he had in New York, he was actually playing really good. He threw for almost 4,000 yards.
True.
They got the talent. They got a good running back if he can stay healthy, and Jonathan Taylor. They got Michael Pittman. They got can't think of who else they got. They got somebody else. My mind went blank. They just got the tight end from Penn State, Tyler Warren. So they should be straight. They should be pretty good.
Yeah.
Their defense is pretty decent. So I think if they have a good quarterback, I think that they actually may be pretty good.
Yeah, for the Colts, it's you see who is the better option just to start. And if they falter at any point, just go to the next guy. And if neither one of them shows you what you want to see to, be your future guy, then just draft's coming up. Well, not coming up, but next year's draft, you can always go and get a quarterback. There's always quarterback talent that's coming out, and somebody's always perceived to be the
They
next
did
best
draft.
thing.
They did draft Riley Leonard, or I don't know if they drafted him, but they got him.
It's, I guess.
Yeah, so they got Jonathan Taylor, Michael Pittman, Alec Pierce, Josh Downs, Tyler Warren. That's a pretty Mo Alley Cox. He's been in the league for 20 years. They
Feel
got
like it.
Adonai Mitchell. A lot of people were high on him. He got hurt, didn't he?
Yeah, he dealt with injuries. He just didn't have a great rookie season. So
So, they got a good team. They just need a quarterback. Maybe if they all suck, give Jason Bean a go at it.
nah, I don't think that's the. Well, if they want to, well, I don't know. You never know. Brock Purdy was Mr. Irrelevant. He went to a Super Bowl and a
Never know.
conference championship in his first 2 seasons. So
Never
I'm
know.
just
You
saying.
never know.
I'm just
See,
saying.
give him a shot. How bad could it be? You already suck. Why not?
Yeah, if it's already that bad, you might as well.
Yeah, why not? So these two teams right here that we're fixing to get to, the Jags and the Titans, these two could be the potential sleeper teams, maybe. I think a lot is riding on Jacksonville. The Jags have Trevor Lawrence has got some pressure on his shoulders. For sure. I think if he comes out and is not very good, I think you move on from him.
At this point, you have to. You've made the additions that you want to make to propel that offense into an area where it's going to keep y'all competitive.
If not this year, next year for sure. Because he did get hurt last year, so he didn't get to play with everybody. But you brought in a good receiver and Brian Thomas. We didn't really get to see him a full year together, but obviously he's good. With him and Matt Jones, he had 1,400 yards. So
Yeah.
you brought in Travis Hunter. I don't really know what they're going to do with that, but whatever they're going to do with it. They got a new coach. At some point, you got to look at Trevor Lawrence and say, okay, he's the issue.
Yeah. Well, like I said, Offset, if let's say the season plays out and his numbers are poor, he doesn't even make it through the season as a starter, they put somebody else in there. Yeah, go ahead,
I
move
don't
on.
think they'll do that because they have too much money tied into them. You can't really.
No, that's not where the league is right now. It's honestly, if he's playing bad and it's bad enough to where he's losing them games, they'll put somebody else in there. It doesn't matter how much he's getting paid because, again, I always reference the Kirk Cousins situation. Look how much money they paid him, And they still once it got bad enough, they said, we're gonna roll with Michael.
Yeah, they got um, Brian Thomas, Travis Hunter, Dami Brown, and Brenton Strange. He's actually not bad as a tight end. He's not like great, but he's not terrible.
Yeah. So I mean, again, for the Jags, if it's hit or miss next year. I mean, if he looks good, great. You can continue building around him. But if he doesn't, then it's next man up at this point. You're gonna have to go get a quarterback.
Yeah, because I mean, he hadn't. The Jags really haven't been great, but one season with him.
Yeah, but to be fair, he has been through like 3 coaches since he's been there. So
I mean, statistically, he's thrown for 4,000 yards twice, but yeah, it's that part. It's that part. But I mean, he turns the ball over a lot. He threw, he only played in 10 games and threw 7 picks. He threw almost a pick a game and only threw 11 touchdowns.
yeah,
In
I
4 years, he's thrown 50 interceptions. That's pretty bad.
I'd probably say of course, it's not all on him. I mean, they still have to continue to get their defense back to when they were really contending at a decent clip.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we'll see. I think,
They're a young team.
yeah, like you said, they're still a sleeper team though. It's a lot to be excited about because you got Travis Hunter and however they decide to utilize him. You got a young, really, budding superstar with Brian Thomas Jr. Obviously, your
Yeah,
question mark is Trevor Lawrence, and then I don't really know what their running back room looks like.
they
So,
got Travis Etienne and Tank Bigsby.
so it's I feel like they're gonna make him. I think they're gonna move off of Travis because he's never healthy.
Yeah, and Tank Bigsby's the same thing.
Yeah.
So, but good running back duo though. But yeah, they don't even have. Yeah, he's on the depth chart. He's second string behind Jerry and Jones. He's actually pretty solid. So, like you said, they'll have packages for him. They'll do something with him. I'm curious to see. I mean, he's had a different coach almost every year.
Yeah, I wonder if they are bad enough. Will they fire the coach after year 1?
No, I don't think so.
I mean, they did it to they did it to
Urban Meyer was just trash.
well, no, he got more than 1 year though. They did it to Gerard Mayo. He only got 1 year and he got
Oh,
fired. And his roster was a dumpster fire.
so I mean, at some point you got to look at the quarterback. We can't just keep firing our coach. You got to give him a chance. If Trevor just isn't the answer, he's not, and that's fine. Maybe they
Yeah,
just
I
don't know
mean,
how to utilize him.
you're not always gonna hit on that pay. It's not always gonna pay dividends when you take that number 1
My
pick.
thing with him is he had so much hype. He was supposed to be the next Peyton Manning, Andrew Luck, and he really hadn't done anything.
I mean, they went
He's
to the
been
playoffs
yeah
once,
once.
but still, I mean, that's considering he was the number 1 pick and that roster and the number of coaches he's been through. I think you
Yeah,
got to give him a
they have had some pretty up and down teams, and I mean they had Calvin Ridley, they got rid of him, they stuck, they were all right. And I don't know. They're one of those teams that I said offset that I don't know if they know what they're doing.
yeah.
They're one of those teams like you look at this roster and yeah, it's not great, but you're like, man, this team should be contending for at least winning seasons.
Exactly.
So let's jump to Tennessee. Um, Again, I don't know I don't know what Tennessee is going to look like.
I think the ceiling for Tennessee is they're probably a mid-level team, not anything.
I don't honestly. I really don't think they're going to be. I think they may win like 5 or 6 games. If you just want me to be honest, they didn't get any better. I couldn't name any of these people. I don't even know who any of these people are. I know who Tyler Lockett is.
Well, I will say,
They got Calvin Ridley.
offensively they should be fine. It just depends on how well Cam Ward adjusts to the next level. Because they have receivers. He even has his college receiver who he has a great connection with. So that's one thing.
Oh yeah, that's right. They did sign Restrepo. Yeah, because
Yeah.
he'll probably play.
Yeah. You got Tyler Lockett, who's another really reliable receiver. You got a star in Calvin Ridley. You
He's not
have
even
two
on the depth chart.
you have two running backs. So I think their offense is okay. It just depends on I don't really know what their offensive line situation looks like. So
It's pretty good.
defensively
They have a
and
pretty good offensive line because Tony Pollard and Tajay Spears were actually pretty good last year.
and defensively, I mean, I'm pretty sure they were pretty good last year defensively. So if they lost pieces or brought other people in or however they went about that situation, I think they should be fine defensively. But everybody's more focused on the offense because you have a brand new number one overall pick at quarterback.
Yeah, I mean their defense is. I think it's pretty. Let me look. So they got. I don't know if you're going to know who any of these people are. So Sebastian Joseph Day, he's pretty decent. Jeffrey Simmons, he's pretty good.
Yeah.
Uh, L'Jarius Sneed, if he can
Yeah.
stay healthy, he's good. Armani Hooker, he's good. Xavier Woods, I don't know who any of the rest of these people are. Defense, I mean, I think it's Cam Ward. What can Cam Ward do? You better be good. They just unretired Warren Moon's jersey. So if you suck, boy.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I like the Titans and I like what they've done in the offseason, who they brought in, who they drafted, just because I mean, obviously by far, compared to all the other quarterbacks, Cam Ward was the obvious choice for number one for good reason.
Yeah, for sure. So, but yeah, it's all Cam Ward. I mean, they got a new coach, right? Or no?
Uh,
Did they get a
I
new
don't,
coach? No,
I
I
don't
don't think
think
so.
so.
So, so yeah, it's Cam Ward. I mean, what's he gonna look like? If he sucks, I don't. Again, the Titans are another one of those teams that you scratch your head like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I mean the NFL draft is. I mean it's.
I know, and I say that, and I know there's probably some Tennessee fans and some Colts fans that are like, oh, well, I understand. Not everybody can just come into the league and just you don't know. I mean, there have been tons of number one picks and people that just suck. It is what it is.
Exactly.
But for me to sit here and be like, I don't know why you drafted this guy, that doesn't make any sense. Like I'm sitting on the couch and I wouldn't have picked him. So why did you pick him? That doesn't make any sense. But that's why I'm sitting on the couch and not an NFL owner. So if I had to pick my wild card that could shock people, I'm going to say Jacksonville's going to win the division. I think Trevor Lawrence, my crazy out of pocket thing that I'm going to say is Trevor Lawrence is going to win the division.
Uh,
I think they've got the talent. He's a good quarterback. I'm not going to take anything away from him. I think he needs to get there. He needs to show, okay, this is our guy. So you've got the big contract. Now it's time to, let's see it.
If I had to pick a guy, it would probably be Cam Ward and the Titans. That'd be my sleeper pick to win the division. But I'm only saying this because every now and again you get a rookie quarterback who has a solid offense built around him and a good enough defense, and they go out and they
Yeah,
win a bunch of games.
yeah, look at Jaden Daniels. The Commanders were trash. And
Commanders.
you literally slid Jaden Daniels in. CJ Stroud was a great
Yeah,
example.
Dak Prescott in his rookie season, they went 13-3.
Yeah,
Really
CJ
good
Stroud
defense.
came in and people thought that they might have won the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
He just kind of ran into a Baltimore Ravens team that was more experienced, and CJ Stroud had never been in that kind of environment before. He was kind of making some mistakes.
Exactly.
So I'm not going to consider Dak. The team was good. The Commanders sucked.
I mean, yeah.
They won 5 games. But I mean, sometimes you strike gold, and it happens. So, but
But yeah,
yeah,
that's
I'm gonna go Jacksonville as a dark horse. I think Trevor Lawrence finally, if he doesn't figure it out, it's like we said. I think you got to have that discussion. Okay, we got to go get us a quarterback, or think about it at least, and maybe bring somebody in, maybe draft somebody, put some heat on. Okay, Trevor, this is your shot. Maybe not take somebody first round, but kind of do like a second, third round guy.
I mean, honestly, they did
Honestly,
that. They did
I
that in
would have
back to
kept.
back years anyway.
I would have kept Mac Jones. I wonder if they got rid of him for a reason. Because he actually, all jokes aside, I know they only won a couple games, but he didn't look terrible.
Yeah, but it probably just he was probably looking for a number, and the 49ers were willing to give it to him. So that's probably what it came down
Well,
to.
they also need a backup quarterback, so they didn't have anybody.
Yeah.
And he kind of has the same play style as Brock Purdy, so you won't have to change a lot if Brock Purdy gets hurt. So, but yeah, that's going to wrap up the AFC South.
Well, we made it to the end of another episode. So again, AFC South, obviously the clear favorite or front runner is Houston for good reason. They've had the most experience for the past couple of years within the division. Obviously they're still the best team in that division. Now, once the season kicks off, there's a lot of things that are gonna, change that, which, injuries, which everybody hates to see it happen, but it's a part of the game. So injuries could be a factor. Um, I mean, again, like I said, I like the Titans for a sleeper. Tyler said he likes the Jags, both great teams, but I'm not going to leave the Colts out because I feel like if somebody hits their stride in that QB room, they could really make
I
some
think if
noise.
they give Daniel Jones a shot, let him
I think either
start.
one of them. I think either one of them,
I don't
honestly.
trust Anthony Richardson. I'm sorry. I've seen I've seen all I needed to see when you quit on your team. That shows everything I need to see.
Yeah, but we're not going to
I
act
mean,
like
you're
Daniel Jones
young.
is
You're
just,
young. He's dumb. I mean, it is what it is. It's a mistake. But Daniel Jones is a good quarterback. I mean,
he's okay. He's all right. I'm not going to
I
say he's
mean,
good.
he's this is his best chance. This is his Sam Darnold treatment right here. You come in, you take the Colts, you have a magical season. I mean, Sam Darnold. I'm not going to sit here and say he sucked. This man said he's seen ghosts. Was seeing ghosts. Right? That's Sam Darnold, right?
Yeah, he said that.
This man said, "Coach, I'm seeing ghosts out here," and this man almost took the Vikings to the Super Bowl. Could have. They just he hit his peak. He couldn't really play much better.
Yeah.
So that and their division's kind of tough. They kind of had to play the lines and got beat. Or no, I don't know who they play. But anyway, this is his chance to say, okay, I still got something left. Because if not, you might as well you're just going to be a backup. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd hold a clipboard for millions of dollars too. But they all want to play.
Yeah.
So, like you said, if Daniel Jones can come out or Anthony Richardson, whatever, they got a good team. Their defense is pretty good. They got the offense, so the Colts could be a sleeper too. So, I think
Well,
the Colts are either going to go one of two ways. They're either going to be pretty decent or they're going to suck.
yeah, solid 50-50. I agree.
I mean, you can say that for the Jags, the Titans, and the Colts. Texans, I think that they're too good. You've seen C.J. Stroud, so
I
now
mean,
touching back on the Titans here for a second. Will Levis at some points looked pretty good. I think if he limited his turnovers and his mistakes, I think he actually would be pretty decent. I don't know. He just turns the ball over and makes stupid mistakes. Like you could tell he doesn't have experience. You can tell.
yeah,
His decision making and mistakes that he made. Because there were games he actually looked really good. Like, where is this being? He was either really good or really bad. There was no like middle ground with him. He either sucked or he was coming out there slinging it all over the place. But yeah, before we ramble too much, that's all I got.
no, you good. Yeah, that's gonna wrap up the AFC South episode. So as always, if you made it this far in the video, let us know who you think is gonna win the division. And if any of these teams are your favorite team, let us know how you think they did in the offseason. And we'll catch you on the next episode.